Aloha, it's Scotty B standing by live on beautiful, historic, and, of course, world-famous Waikiki Beach for a very special reason today. We're doing the CBS world premiere of the new Magnum P.I. Yeah, it's back. Jay Hernandez is the star. We'll get a chance to chat with him in just a little bit. Also, we're going to unveil the first episode of Season 9, Hawaii Five-0. In addition to that, the legendary Cyndi Lauper performs. It's going to be a great night in Waikiki, and we're covering for you for iHeartRadio. The amazing, the talented Amy Hill is here. And what is, I don't know, what is your connection to Hawaii? You just seem to fit right in here.
I've just been coming here forever. I'm not raised here, but I've been Hawaiian in many roles in animation and on film and television. I just have always felt so comfortable being Hawaiian as a character. I've done a lot of research too, but I just feel at home here.
You know, I was thinking about, well, we could ask you about certain roles you've done on TV shows and movies, and I was like, you know what, it'd probably be a shorter list if we just said, what have you not been in? But what is, you know, as I was thinking about your character Sue on 50 First Dates, yes. And what was it like to work with Adam Sandler out here?
It was a dream. Adam is the most kind, gentle, caring, thoughtful, and he listens. He would remember everybody's name, all of the background that worked in Los Angeles and here. He'd be like, hey, buddy, how's your dad? Is he okay now? I mean, he really cares about people. And he knows that, you know, the more he creates a team and makes it a family, the better the experience is. Yeah.
One of the things I remember when I did have a privilege of chatting with him was he mentioned having Rob Schneider in one of his movies, and I said, you know, what's the, you know, why did you choose him for that part? He goes, well, he just had a hard time with some personal tragedy. I wanted to encourage him. And he just thought, let's bring him and put him in a movie and get him busy.
That's who he is.
Yeah.
That's who he is. And when he was making 50 First Dates, his dad was dying.
Yeah.
And he was producing it, starring in it, everything, and never, ever did you feel that it was a burden. He loved everybody. He made a point of making sure everybody else was happy. He's just, and Drew's the same. Drew's really delightful.
Well, you know, they keep these episodes secret from us in advance. Are you here because you're in one of the shows that we're about to watch?
Well, actually, I'm not introduced until the third episode of Magnum P.I. I'm a regular, but they created my character after, I guess Peter went, you know what? We need somebody like Amy Hill in the show. Yeah. So he offered this part to me, and I really connected to the idea of having a cultural curator of the estate on the show, and that's my part. I sort of introduce things that are Hawaiian.
Well, the show's only going to be better with you on it. It's a pleasure to talk to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here.
All right, Al Harrington has joined us. Of course, we know Al for years here in Hawaii.
The Hawaiian guy with the Irish name.
There you go. So now correct me if I'm wrong, was it your dad, a 5-0?
Oh, yeah. No, he wasn't in the show, but he was
but an actual 5-0, I mean.
Yeah, he was a policeman. You're right. You're absolutely right. Not very many people know that.
So now, how did he feel? Was he around when you started into the original 5-0?
He was. He felt that it was a good thing for Hawaii, especially because we were moving into the business industry. Right. And Hawaii Five-0 gave it an international exposure. And then we gotta, like I said, we gotta thank people like Leonard Freeman, who created the show, and then had the audacity and the strength to bring it about, to make it happen.
That's right. Now the new season, are we going to see you prominently featured in there?
Well, we're going to have some good moments. I'm sure of that. We're going to have some good moments. I like the good moments I have with my wife. Have you met my wife? This is
she's very lovely.
She's gorgeous.
So
very easy to look at.
Well, that's why I always tell people I don't have any luck in Vegas. I used up all my luck getting the wife I ended up with.
That's good luck. That's good luck.
Nice to see you.
Good to see you, and thanks. And hello to all those people in the Midwest.
All right, Tim Kang is here. You know the face. I've never had the guts to do the long sleeve aloha shirt. Loving it. You make it work.
And I'm trying. We'll see.
Well, now, how has it been kind of transitioning into, well, first of all, being in Hawaii and then into a legendary show?
I spent some time here like 20 years ago, so it's more of kind of getting reacquainted with the islands, but it's amazing, obviously. As far as the show, I mean, it's such an opportunity to kind of be a part of such a sort of iconic show. And whoa, I don't know what happened there. Yeah, you did, and I broke. I'm just thankful that I was able to be included in the show.
Well, I understand the first episode, which you're going to see tonight, actually it looks more like an action movie out there.
Yeah, we did a lot to kind of throw in a lot of the action in there, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun to watch, and hopefully people have a good time.
Well, I noticed, I was reading some stuff about you. You're a very educated man. If you were not,
I don't know about that.
If you were not an actor, what would you be doing?
You know what? I can't really see myself being anything else. You know what I mean? It's one of those things I think that kind of drove me into this business is I couldn't see myself doing anything else, and I didn't have a safety net, and I think that's sort of the best way to do it. And then you buckle down and you make it happen.
Well, one last question. I know that you love the extreme sports, some things that would make some of us a little nervous, but you can do a lot of that here in Hawaii. Are you excited to be out here to be able to do that?
I'm actually, that's one of the great draws of working out here is that it's conducive to that kind of stuff, and I'm into it. The only thing that I am thinking that it doesn't have is you can't ride motorcycles out here, really. There's no road racing track and that kind of thing,
right.
And I'm a big fan of that. I've got bikes at home, but other than that, I'm in heaven. It's fantastic.
It's great to have you, and I hope it's a very long run for you guys.
Thank you very much. We hope so too.
Jorge is here. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing well.
So I see you're a fan favorite. Yeah, the fans just love you here.
It's fun. I like sometimes on the beach. You get it. There's so much fan interaction because these people have been waiting for who knows how long, and it's just kind of great to kind of like see them, take selfies with them, and sign whatever they want.
Well, now, obviously with your connection with Lost and then 5-0, you've been here long enough. I mean, I think we're just going to call you local at this point.
There's been a lot of sunsets on the beaches, for sure.
What do you love about Hawaii?
I feel like I've definitely, this is one of my places for sure, and I've enjoyed living here the many years that I have. So.
But at the same time, I see that you're very involved in other projects as well. How in the world do you make it all work?
I have good people on my team that help make things schedule, and it's kind of like if you're passionate about something, you'll find the time.
Now, I heard you talking to the crowd there a little bit about maybe a new vehicle for this season. Is that true, or is that what you're saying?
No, they said that they like it when Jerry stops bad guys by crashing into them. And I tell them that they get one this season too. So.
All right. So what are you driving this season? You're still vanning it? What are you doing?
That's a good question. So far, driving wise, I don't know what he's driving this year yet. There's one scene he's driving Grover's van for a moment, but that's it so far.
So what can we look forward to in the new season? I know it starts off with a bang, right?
This season is a blast. It's been so much fun. We have this really great episode that takes place in the 40s where we all get to play different people, and there's a lot of really fun stuff in this. Beulah and I have a really great episode together where we kind of a lot of it's just me and him, and it's got some really nice heartfelt moments in it. I'm excited about this season.
Well, we're iHeartRadio here in Honolulu, so what would you like to say to the folks in Hawaii?
Hey, Hawaii, mahalo for supporting Hawaii 5-0. You guys are the best.
There you go. Jorge Garcia. Kimee Balmilero is here.
Yeah, hi.
Did I nail it?
You did.
Okay.
You can call me Kimee B.
Okay,
A lot
Kimee.
of people call me Kimee B too.
What?
So we can be twins.
Are we related?
Maybe. I mean, obviously.
Okay,
Yeah, right?
well, let's talk about that. First of all, background, Hawaii girl,
Yes, born and raised from Kaneohe.
high school.
Castle High School.
There you go.
2000 something.
But you started in this crazy business right out of high school.
I did, yeah. I went through the Mr. Bright's, he was a theater teacher at Castle High School. I went through his program from like 5th grade all the way up to senior year, and I had randomly auditioned for a show called Miss Saigon, and they took me literally right out of high school.
Now, how did you come back to do this? What was the process there? Did you see there was an opening, or did someone contact you? How did that work?
No, you know what's funny is my husband, who's actually originally from Massachusetts, he loves Hawaii, of course, fell in love with my family, and got a job here before I was even ready to move home. So we actually moved home maybe 3 years before this role came up. So if it wasn't for him, I would not have come home, and I thank him for making my butt come home, because I love being around my family, and now I'm just living a dream, you know?
And you get to eat the good food.
All the good food, like, yeah, everything.
So now you're a doctor on the show. How far of a stretch is that for you? Are you pretty academic?
I am definitely not a doctor.
Do any of the phrases you have to say ever confuse you?
They do, and you know what? I am on Google Translate, or I'm like Googling the pronunciation of all of the medical terms, and I study them a lot, because I record my lines and I listen to them over and over and over again, because she is a doctor and you want to make sure you do it justice. So
Head Filipino.
yeah.
What in the world is that about?
Well, I run a comedy company here in Hawaii called Improv HI, or Improv Hawaii, and you know, I mean, what do you're the leader of this group, and our job is to be funny, to bring funniness to everybody. So Head Filipino sounded like a better role than, you know, CEO of Improv HI. So.
Well, it's great to have a local girl in the cast here, and I know it's done a lot for Hawaii, and I hope hope your run continues for a very long time.
Me too. I'm very lucky. Thank you guys so much for watching. It's been awesome.
Peter Linkoff is here. Well, let's get right to it. You're the big dog. You're the man who made this happen. Okay, so how did you get the idea that we already have 5-0, we need to get back into Magnum P.I.?
Well, that was selfish reasons. That was my favorite show as a kid, and you know, I want to stay here as long as I can. So if I could do another show here and it's job security for everybody, I was going to take advantage of it. So.
Well, I know you're taking it back old school for the first episode here for the new season of 5-0, right?
Yeah. Well, you know, I wanted to do something special for the 50th year anniversary, and I always thought Cocoon was it was a cinematic episode. It was big. It was in the era of Dr. No, and I wanted to sort of do something special, so I decided I was going to reboot that. And selfishly, I get to share credit with Leonard Freeman, so something I've always wanted to do. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so I know that you've created this universe where Magnum and Hawaii 5-0 and I guess MacGyver all living in the same universe,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Are we going to see some crossover?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's a big part of the upcoming season, for sure.
Now, is it going to be like Stan Lee, where you're going to start making guest appearances in each of your shows?
Do you want this on TV? No guest appearances. I stay as far away. I chose to be behind the scenes for a reason. So.
Now, I also understand the first episode of Magnum, there's some devastating, well, it's devastation for car lovers, right?
If you like Ferraris, you should probably not watch the show. Yeah.
There you go. He's the guy who's making it happen for Hawaii. We're glad you're here. Thanks for doing it.
Thank you.
All right, Meaghan Rath is here. And, well, first of all, is this your first Sunset on the Beach?
My
or?
second.
Second, okay.
Yeah.
Because you were able to be in the one last year. How's it going for 5-0? Are you feeling like part of the cast and just part of the family there?
Yeah, 100%. It's actually surprising it's only been a year, because it feels like I've known these people for much longer. But yeah, it's been really fun.
Now, the new season, which we're about to get into 9 seasons, what can you tell us, maybe as a hint, as to which direction we're going with this thing?
Which direction? I mean, a lot of there's a lot of crime on this island, and we will solve the crimes.
I'm amazed at how much syndicated crime and how many things that we didn't realize were here get unveiled by Hawaii 5-0.
Oh yeah, especially now that Magnum's here, yeah, we needed to bring in a whole new team. So.
Well, I know we're solving a lot of crime, so that should make the tourists feel better, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's great for tourism.
So, what do you love about being in Hawaii?
I love the people. I love the culture. It's part of America. It really doesn't it feels like you're somewhere else.
Yeah.
But the food and the the energy of the whole island is pretty special.
Have you gotten a taste of poi yet? Have you acquired that taste?
Well, I've tasted it, but I don't have a taste for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go. Well, good luck with the new season. It's great to have you here.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Zachary Knighton, and first of all, welcome to the islands. Are you feeling at home yet?
Certainly. We've been here a couple months, and I love this place. I love everything about Hawaii, and Oahu is such a beautiful place to have to live and work, so I'm very thankful.
Now, I noticed you said we. Is this new? Is this beautiful lady back here?
Oh, I'm a newly married man. Yes, we just eloped 2 weeks ago, and this is sort of the
couple miles that way.
yeah, just a couple miles away. So this is the exclamation point on the elopement, I guess you could say.
So
And
was
it's her birthday today.
happy birthday!
Thank you. Thank you.
So now hey, we're going to move to Hawaii part of the package there for you?
Well, I wasn't mad about it. I had never been, and now I was telling Peter, the creator of the show, that this is the most special place in the world to me because this job is such a blessing. We got engaged here. We just got married here, so making lots of good memories.
Yeah.
Now, Zachary, tell us about your character on the show.
I play Orville Rick Wright, kind of a guy who walks sort of both sides of the law a little. I guess you could say he's sort of, the connected guy in the team. He's the guy that kind of has the underbelly of the island dialed in a little. So when Magnum has he needs to find like the black market fish guy on the island or something, Rick's the guy to go to.
Now, was this a stretch for you to play a character like that?
This is the closest to myself of any character I've ever played on TV. I pretty much just go in and say the words that Peter Lankov has written for me and then go home. It's pretty great.
And that makes sense. You're like, that's what I would do. All right.
Yeah.
Well, it's great to have you on board and many, many years to come, I hope.
Thank you. From your lips to God's ears.
Hey, it's the new Magnum P.I. Perdita Weeks is here, who...
Well pronounced.
Thank you. I heard don't mess that up. Now you a lot of these people are playing characters that were in the previous version. Your character is a little bit different, right? Because you play Higgins.
Yeah, I do. Who was obviously originally a man, played beautifully by John Hillerman. So I'm really excited to see how people take to it. I mean, I think some people won't like it. But it really does bring an interesting dynamic to the whole show. A cat amongst the pigeons, as I like to say.
Now, I know Higgins had a couple of pretty mean dogs. Does this Higgins also have the...
Oh, yeah. Zeus and Apollo.
Okay.
Absolutely. Wouldn't be Higgins without. She wouldn't be recognizable. And they are absolutely stunning, the dogs. And they're beautifully trained. And it's so fun when we have them on set. Everyone, I don't know, it just gives a little pep in your step.
Now, I know that you come from a very beautiful place, but what's it like to be stuck here with us in Hawaii?
You know, there are worse places I could be stationed, I must say. It's absolutely stunning. I'm just like, can't get over how lucky I am to be here, playing in Hawaii.
Now, I'm sure you guys are on a pretty busy schedule as far as shooting the show, but are you having some good time to get out and recreate?
Oh, definitely, yeah.
What's your thing?
I like hiking. Well, because here is such an amazing payoff. You get to the top of a mountain and you just have the most insane views. And I love swimming in waterfalls, and there are plenty.
Would you have a recommended hiking trail you would send out to our folks who are watching this right now, a place you've been?
I went to one the other day, and I thought it was called one thing, and everyone else says it's called something else, but it was in Waimano Park. What was the name of it? Anyway, there are ropes and you can swing off it, but there is a blister of a hill which they call Cardiac. I think they call it Cardiac Hill.
Right.
Aptly named. It's brutal. People do it in flip-flops. They're like babies doing it. I couldn't believe it. I was like in my hiking gear, but it's well worth it.
Well, I tell you, I hope this is a very long run for you guys, and it's great to have you here in Hawaii with us.
Thank you so much.
All right, Stephen Hill is here. You're the new TC.
Yes.
How does that feel? I mean, that's some big shoes to fill.
It is. And luckily, I reached out to Roger Mosley, and he gave me a blessing. You know, I told him, hey, I'm throwing in little Easter eggs here and there for you. And he said, no, this is about you guys. You know, Higgins is a woman, so you guys are definitely not doing what we did. So he said, go ahead and make it your own.
What would you say if you're to describe this character for folks who haven't seen? Maybe they haven't even seen the original. What is TC all about?
TC is they're all ex-Marines, Marine Corps guys, and TC is a chopper pilot, and TC is the guy that you call last minute to come in, save the day. You know, and he did that a lot in the original, and he does it literally and figuratively in the show.
I get a sense there's going to be some comedy elements to TC's character as well.
Yeah, definitely. And that's me naturally as well.
Now, helicopter pilot, is this something you have experience doing, or is that acting too?
No, I must say, I was a little afraid when I first booked it. I thought I was afraid of heights. And then when I got here and I actually got up in the chopper, I loved every moment of it. Not for 1 second was I afraid. And I was like, oh, I must be afraid of jumping or being pushed. Yeah, not afraid of heights at all.
There you go. Well, I am afraid of heights. Now, you're living in Hawaii, at least while you're doing the show. How's that been for you?
It's a lot of amenities in these buildings. Yo, what's up, bro?
Don't believe a word he said.
Yeah, so we've got all these amenities, and I love that. So, yeah.
And the food's good?
The food is great. The food is great. Yeah.
Hey, he's the new TC. We can't wait to see you on Hawaii on Magnum P.I, brother.
You guys got to get used to saying Magnum around these parts. Everybody wants to say Hawaii 5-0, but that's okay because we're all in the same family.
Anything you'd like to say to the folks in Hawaii?
Hey, to everyone in Hawaii, you see me walking around, I'm super friendly, say hi. I'll say hi back. I'll take pictures, do whatever I got to do, and let's have fun.
All right, we are here with the man himself, Magnum P.I. Man, those are some crazy shoes to fill, so they asked Jay Hernandez to step up to the plate. How does that feel?
Oh, sorry. It's kind of surreal. I mean, just being here, you saying that right now, it kind of reminds me because I'm just like kind of in the swamp, you know, shooting all day. My schedule, my hours are insane, so I'm just in that zone, and to come out and see all this, it reminds me like what's happening outside of set, you know?
So let me ask you this. Was there ever any talk? I can see a little facial hair. Was there ever any talk about the mustache?
No, they didn't want it from the beginning, and I thought it would be, Tom Selleck, it's so emblematic of him, and it's such an iconic look. If somebody tried to come in and do that same thing, I think people would not respond to it well, you know? So I think they were smart in doing away with it. That being said, there is an homage to it in one of the episodes, and who knows? I mean, different seasons, maybe there's a different look. We'll see.
So now is it a surreal moment as well when you first get into that Ferrari?
The Ferrari's a beast. It's so much fun to shoot and ride in that thing. And like I said, I grew up watching the show. I was a huge fan of Tom and just everything that they did, and to find myself here is just kind of crazy.
I think I saw an Instagram. You had posted something about just a day in the life, or
yeah, it's like a day in the office. Yeah. It's like right in front of the Ferrari, overlooking the city. You know, it's insane.
Not a bad gig.
Yeah, some days I find myself on location. I literally I'm in shorts and in a t-shirt with my feet in the sand, and I got to shoot in 2 minutes. It's just like kind of crazy to understand that that's my job.
Is it hard to complain when you're you right now?
It is, but I still do it because my schedule is insane. But yeah, it's like I just gotta roll with the punches and keep hustling, you know.
Well, the people here are very excited to see the first episode. I know the people of Hawaii really want to embrace this new show.
Yeah, I feel that. I feel the love from the fans, and they're really supportive. Obviously, they've been supportive of 5-0, and it's a mutually beneficial relationship. They help us, we help them. It's great for the local economy, and it's just a cool story. So many people have their families have been sort of generational in these TV shows. So it's really cool to sort of bring a whole new generation to Magnum P.I.
Jay Hernandez, he's the man. This is Magnum right here, ladies and gentlemen. Got Ian Anthony Dale here. He plays Adam, of course. And first of all, it's like looking in a mirror. Okay, not really. Look at this.
I felt the same thing when I walked up. I thought I might have had a long-lost brother. Yeah.
Look at this. Now, I love this suit. Is this for this special occasion?
It is actually for this special occasion. It's a designer out of Spain named Lander Urquijo. And I have a great relationship with him, and he makes such beautiful threads, and And I couldn't have asked for a more sort of a Hawaii Five-0 beach appropriate suit to wear tonight with the floral pattern. So I'm very lucky that I have that relationship, and then he had this in the closet for me. Yeah.
Well, now, speaking of 5-0, we're going into season 9.
Yes.
That's unbelievable. I mean, the people have really embraced this show.
You know what? They really have. And it's the fans that we have to thank for it. And I am so grateful that we get an opportunity every year to throw this beach celebration and get to see, all of these fans that have come all over the world to support, get to take pictures, shake hands, and just show our appreciation, because without them, we wouldn't be celebrating 9 seasons tonight.
That's true. Now, your character has gone through a lot already.
Yeah.
The new season, do we get a little break? Does he finally just get to relax and enjoy himself?
Well, we'll see. That remains to be seen. I feel like trouble follows Adam wherever he goes, and he can't have a moment of peace for too long. It's always very short-lived. But very early on in season 9, there'll be some resolution to the Adam Kono story, and there'll be a sort of major development in regards to his relationship with the 5-0 team. So I'm looking forward to all of that. And
I guess it has to be drama, or it wouldn't be a show.
Hey, listen, we have a lot of fun on this show, but we do try to infuse as much drama as possible, and I'm happy when it's my character who sort of carries that responsibility. Yeah.
Well, we appreciate you guys loving up on Hawaii while you're here as well.
Yeah, we absolutely do. This is one of my favorite places in the world. I just feel really fortunate that I get to spend 6 months out of the year living here with my wife and my son. So it's a blessing. It's truly a blessing.
All right. Great to have you here. Enjoy your night.
Thank you.
Of course, he's the man. It's Hawaii 5-0 season 9. Can you believe it?
It's very hard to believe, but I'm one of the men. There's a bunch of men involved in this. Yeah, but I can't believe it. It's incredible. We're still here, and we're still doing it.
Now, the accent, obviously, you've used it for this long. Does it come in and out effortlessly at this point?
My American accent?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny. My wife, who's around somewhere looking stunning, she tells me that on Friday night, I'm like fully American, and then by Monday morning, I'm an Aussie again. So it's sort of like, it's like the tide, you know what I mean? But yeah, it's not a thing. It's just I don't think about it.
Well, I know that you've done a lot for the folks here in Hawaii, not just stuff that people see, but I know we've had some devastation at times that we've had to help with, and you guys at Hawaii 5-0, and specifically you, have always been there to help out. We appreciate it.
Thank you, man. No, it's a pleasure. Anything we can do, we want to do, and the community here is as important to us and the employment that we bring to the community as anything else, and the success of the show is inclusive of that stuff at an equal emphasis as anything else. And so, whatever we can do, we want to be a part of it.
Hey, we appreciate you. Good luck with season 9.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.